Okay, let's do some nonfiction. I'll start with space and move on into some science and some history. So, do we have any homeschoolers here? Say in the comments and tell us the ages of your kids or any subjects that you could use some more material on, and we will help you out there. Okay, I have first off starting our spotters cards. There's 150 cards, double-sided with different constellations and planets that they can just flip through and learn all about right there really quickly. Then we have two similar space systems. I'll show you why they're different. Dr. Maggie's grand tour of the solar system goes as if you are leaving from Earth and going and touring the solar system, but you learn so much as you read through there. It's super interactive and fun. And then I was impressed with big questions about the universe, how one question led to the next. So it's kind of cool how it just kind of gets your brain going to what will be next. I believe they're pretty similar in age groups, so kind of just a preference as to which one you would like there. And then we have the fold-out solar system, which is an accordion book. So it goes out like this, really big, and then the back side has most of the words. This side is all the pictures with a timeline, or not a timeline, but the definitions across the bottom. There's two other timelines. There's a fold-out planet Earth and a fold-out dinosaur timeline. So those would be super fun. Then you can't forget our flat books. Search see inside or look inside and you'll see all the different flat books you have. There's 7 or 8 different flaps. I love how some of them close like this into a box. Very creative flaps on every page to learn about. Here you open that and there's flaps underneath to learn about the universe and about 25-30 other subjects in there. Then we have on the space station. I brought this up because all of our shine lights, I kind of have my pile right there, are nonfiction. So they're not stories, they are nonfiction. So it's really fun to not forget these when you're thinking nonfiction. Now, most of your chapter books, see them hiding inside there? Most of your chapter books stop at 5th grade reading level. So you want to get your kids into nonfiction if they aren't already for their vocabulary development. Okay, then we have starting cursive. Some schools are stopping cursive. But if you want to teach your kids cursive, this is a really fun, quick way to go through and learn on a white plane even for older children starting cursive. Then we have our understanding sets. I really love understanding money as it goes through everything from Bitcoins to history to compound interest, all those kinds of things, your credit rating. And I love the flexible binding. It bends, but it doesn't crease. So all of these are flexible bindings. There's economics, philosophy, climate crisis, mathematics, physics, and money. So there's 6 of these understanding books. And then there's yeah, there you go. So economics, super cool. Then I had to show another thought book just to make sure we don't forget that these are so fun. They're so kinesthetic and the kids love them. Complete Human Body with internet links. I love the way the background is not on white. It is colored, keeps it very interesting for the kids. Plus almost every single page has internet links that you can go to right here and watch movies and do tours of other safe places. Again, a flexible binding. Add this to Squishy Human Body and you have got someone who may be a doctor when they grow up, right? If they're interested in that. First Encyclopedia of Science, same thing, colored backgrounds, internet links. Really have a fun time. The first time I read one of these internet links, we watched a baby dolphin be born like 60 times with my little kids. It was so great. Okay, some science, almost to science experiments. Then we have Illustrated Dictionary of Physics, Chemistry, and Biology. You can also get them all bound together in one. It saves you about $9 to get them bound together in one, called Illustrated Dictionary of Science. Now, my husband and children use these in high school and college. They're awesome for that. And then Amazing Discoveries of 100 Brilliant Scientists. This is a great way to mix your science with your history as you learn about who discovered different science things in there. And again, the flexible binding and great information. And then we have Kid Engineer. There's 6 of these: computers and robotics, machines and materials, energy, transport, and building and structures. If you're doing computers and robotics, don't forget Tiny Robots, the Smart Lab toys. These have things to do with it and history as well. Let me show you inside, sorry. If it says got it, that means they're going to teach you a little bit of history. If it says test it, that means you're going to do an experiment or project with those. And there's a set that you can get one for free. They're only $5 each, so getting the set, $25 for all of them. There's 3, this is a little older science activities for 22 experiments. There's physics of popcorn, biology of bananas, and math of milkshakes. You see these are getting a little more telling you a little bit more, and 22 experiments about in each one. Then we're back to a little bit younger science. There's science in lemons. There are 6 of these: lemons, eggs, paper, balloons, milk, and salt. So pick at eggs for a week if you homeschool and do the whole thing on eggs. And they're normally $8.99 each, so not bad. And there is, actually, I don't think there's a set. We'll check on that. Okay, then we have 50 science things to make and do. This is like the cutest science experiment book you'll ever get, with yellow spiral binding. There is the table of contents. So cute. Now to go with this one, this is 50 for $10, or you can get 100 science experiments for $15.99. These have repeated experiments, so if you get them both, you won't get 150, so get one or the other. There's 100, there's 50 in there and 100 in here, but this one's a big and flexible binding that bends, it doesn't crease. Okay, and lastly, history. We have a big history set that gives you some for free, and you can see the different, well, there's Digging Up History, and you can see the different titles in here. These are younger, but I love the way they're normally about $5 each, and you love the way it has a mixture of drawings and real photographs, and the word count is excellent for me to remember, right? So I love that. Okay, then we have Medieval World. Again, internet links are awesome. And it goes through like this and shows you the different things if you're going to study medieval world. There you can see that one. Then there's Time Traveler. Medieval times, Viking times, Roman, and ancient Egypt. And here, get them all into one big one, which is also kind of nice. Ooh, a castle map. I know Paper Pie just went to Scotland. Loved the castles we saw there. And then we have History Uncovered, the USA. This is my favorite history book. It's extremely boarded, like very hard. And you start with the colonies, and as they get settled, as the US gets settled, you go across and you see more pictures of who settles them, so that when you get to the end and just the right amount of information, you get to see this just classic picture of people settling in the US. Love it. Okay, History of the USA. Thanks.